cut my fucking ear off and mail it to somebody I've never even talked to because they didn't know I loved them.
Well, that's a heinous enough sin.
I'm a trademark nice guy. Just give me a chance. I'm such a nice guy, I promise. I yell a lot and I will constantly slam doors and gaslight, but I'm a nice guy.
They didn't come up with the phrase gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss for nice guys. Who could they possibly have come up with it for?
Exactly. If your life motto isn't make other people feel less than, are you really a nice guy? It's what they taught us in class. I'm just getting into my Terry headspace. I'm a good person. Everybody loves me. They love all of the things I do. My friends choose to be my friends.
Except Kat. She was
No,
my child, right?
No, all of them chose to be my friend. Judas definitely didn't want to just die in a grove. That definitely wasn't the plan. He's definitely super stoked to be alive and my friend.
Blood bond is a hell of a thing.
Guys, Jude, even before that, was not doing too good.
Telling somebody called Judas is scary as having a hard time.
Like, even before the whole vampirism thing?
Paid those 20 silver ding ding lings, so sounds like life was going all right.
Yeah.
Harry was gone.
Oh, that was pre-Terry, if I remember the cosmology we have set up.
I'm talking about when the bomb went off. Terry was gone. What happened to the ghouls?
We know enough vampires. You could probably find somebody to feed them.
Cat is some weird fucking... or is a vampire.
Yeah, she went Zamesi, didn't she?
Was there another one? There was Cat, Jude, and... Oh, what was her name?
Contea.
Cunt. Yes, Cunty.
We haven't seen her yet, so I would not be surprised if she ashed. Or no, she's young enough that it would have just been like really bad withdrawals.
It's also a new ghoul, which is weird. Could
Oh, I just assumed that was a hireling.
be too.
Or was a ghoul of Jude's. Who knows?
Vey, do I have some fucking paperwork to do at the beginning of this session? Detective, panic attack. Betsy, in charge. Oliver, MIA. Cultists in the ambulance. Dick, escaped. Vampires, escaped. I really fucked this one up.
I think I largely fucked that one up.
Well, in character, I fucked that up. I'm in charge of my team, and one of my members got swooped away into a portal.
Yeah.
Do you know the name of that song that goes do 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 do?
Oh. Yeah, they do it on The Simpsons for Bleeding Gums Murphy. Jazzman.
Jazz man.
All right. Welcome to Rose City at Twilight. And yeah, we've got some problems.
Boy, do I have quite some explaining to do. The end of game report I wrote last time is the detective is having a panic attack. I'm going to be in charge until I'm fired. Oliver missing in action. Cultists in ambulances. Hawk escaped. And those vampires who nearly arrested us also escaped.
Yes. I think that we should probably start with Terry. Jude escorts you back home.
Good to be home after standing on a semi-solid pile of golden goo.
Indeed, Judas says, you must want to rest.
Yeah. You say there's a new follower?
No, this one turned up looking for the twins. A ghoul of theirs, it seems.
Oh, fuck.
We have been in somewhat of a disarray since your disappearance.
Yeah. Going to explore that church was quite the choice.
It sounds
sorry.
like an ordeal. but one that you can tell me at your leisure. We have a lot of time. He will let you into the art studio building. Sabrina will poke her head out and look at you with a mixture of awe, terror, and a little hunger. But Jude will guide you to the end of the hall, to the other room. A 60-year-old woman that you do not recognize jumps out of her chair, ecstatic to see you. She runs up and throws her arms around you, saying how much she missed you. She thought you were gone forever. Jude thought you might be gone forever, but she never gave up hope.
Oh, gods. Is it Kantea?
Was a ghoul for about 30 years
Yep, I
and
forgot.
gained all of that age at once.
Ooh. Yikes. Friends for life.
She begs for a drink.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you in a lot of pain? Do you wanna live like this forever? Never mind, my bad. Sorry, I've been alone in the goo for too long. I'll grab a knife from my bedside table and draw it across my wrist.
By your side, always, but if I'm too much of a burden, glances at the knife meaningfully.
No, I didn't mean that at all like that. Can I roll a
She will.
gaslighting check?
She is very bound to you. You don't need a check.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean that like that,
she
of course.
she greedily drinks from your wrist, satisfied, and sits back on her bed. Judas will once again offer his wrist to you to top you up if that at all drained you.
Yeah, can do that. Then I need the long sleep.
Of course, sir. Judas will take you to a bedroom that looks pristinely made for you. He sets you down to rest.
You said the entire experience in the between was like a waking dream. Were there any particular revelations or such that Terry had while in this waking dream?
It was certainly a strange dream, but not the strangest you've ever had. Being just a person is not exactly the most mind-shattering of experiences, especially with as many dreams as Terry has had.
That is fair.
Jude puts you to bed, telling you that he will never leave your side again.
Won't either if I can help it, Jude. I promise I don't mean for this to keep happening. 2,000 years. We never lose sight of each other, and then I couldn't find you if you were my ass and I had 2 hands and a flashlight.
We will find a solution. I have some theories.
You're not gonna put one of those weird baby leashes on me that we saw that the mother had at the, what do they call it, the Marty Walls?
He laughs. No, of course not, sir.
I won't
Nothing
stand for it.
so crude and primitive. I consulted the Tremere, but I shall see you when the sun sets, if not before. He will depart, and Theseus will settle in to sleep. The day is pressing in on you. You can feel the sun's hated rays even through the concrete. It is still daylight. You struggle to move, sluggish, but there is a sense of danger that is waking you. Judas is leaning over you and has his fangs sunk deep into your neck.
Their presence as high as I can and use my command thing over him and just shout release me at the top of my lungs.
The
I know
presence
that
might work, but you open your mouth to shout the words and find your mouth full of cloth. You are gagged. You thrash about, breaking furniture. Jude holding on tight, trying his best to drain you dry.
Hoping Terry would die eventually.
Terry, Judas has decided that you will never leave him again.
Yep.
He has decided that you will be with him always. Not only does he drain the last of your blood from your body, but he pulls your very soul with it.
He literally sucked the soul out of me?
He's been trying to for years. You should not.
Why couldn't he do that while I was still around? Hey, guy's your pal, and he doesn't even give you a bro job before sucking the life out of you.
Terry is still there somewhere. A small voice in the back of Judas's head. In his talks with the Tremere, he learned of Diablerie, and that the victim of Diablerie remains in the mind of the Diablerist. Close enough for him.
I take over his body.
He'd be fine with it.
Damn. Terry got what he wanted. A forever friend. Terry and
Yeah.
Jude became the ultimate U-Haul lesbians.
They're right there for always.
There ends the story of Terry.
No.
He deserved it. Terry was a fucking scumbag.
I need my beard.
You're gonna have to deal with Judas now.
Huh?
Yeah, he doesn't have a good track record of alliances, I'm just gonna say.
What's the chance you really betrayed the actual Jesus?
I could tell you there was a turning point there when you really didn't want to continue playing that character, and I completely understand.
It's difficult. It seemed funny in character creation to be like, oh, gaslighting is a power and maybe able to like influence some vampires, but it's like, it's pretty fucking hard to control vampires. It just feels grimy controlling regular people. They don't even get a save. It feels the bad.
Terry could make some appearances later on in the body of Judas, but as it is, he has met the final death.
It's a good end for him. He'll be forever dreaming. It's what he wanted.
That's what Jude's logic was.
Yeah. Terry, at first, probably pretty upset. But within the first couple years, maybe less, actually be like, yeah, this makes sense. I was a lot of effort, and this is effectively what I was already doing, just being carried around.
Blooper reel. Judas lets the ashes of Theseus fall, gives himself a sigh of relief, giving a mental prod to make sure that Terry's in there, satisfied with himself, walks out the front door, and immediately fries in the sunlight.
Whoops.
This ends Judas. Wonderful. Then, with two of your characters now out of commission, Tizzle, I'm sorry, we have one left.
Not my sweet baby boy.
Let's start off with the basics here. I imagine Dick does not go to Burnside.
No, he definitely goes back to the camp.
They are pleased to see him. Dick had arrived back at the park and basically got yourself back to a point of comfortability before the sun started to rise. Of course, as Dick, not a huge fan of sunlight, where is Dick going to sleep?
They'd necessarily sleep at the Trash Mahal, is what Dick thinks. They absolutely would, but Dick is not the type to ask. Dick would probably just fly deep into Forest Park, like one of the areas that's pretty well overgrown, to just rest up in the boughs for the day. Maybe do some early morning flyover of Portland just before the sun rises. you know, sometimes in those last hours you can see the leeches making moves. There's some new people moving around in the city, so maybe I'll catch eye of something interesting beforehand.
On this particular morning, as far as you can see, things are calm. You try to find the darkest spot amongst the heaviest trees you can find and nestle down to sleep. Which brings us to Betsy.
Oh.
How's the rest of your night going? You're getting back to your car and filling out paperwork.
Before I fill out any paperwork, I need to call my boss and tell her I lost her boy toy.